In this short video, I will first show you how to set up and create an account in TOES, and then once that's completed, I will show you how to enter a cat in a show that is using TOES. All right, once you're ready, open up a browser and you want to go to i-tica.com, and this will be the home page. When you don't have an account, first thing you need to do is come in here inside the blue box and click on Register. This is where you will set up and register your account. You need to go through this entire list of items. You don't have to select an image. You do need to obviously complete your name, put an email address in, select a username. Select a password and make sure you write it down somewhere. If you have a cattery name, you'd put it in here. Since this is my fake account, I'm not actually going to list my own cattery name. Oops. Okay, once you have all the required information filled in, two boxes here at the bottom. The first box talks about privacy, and if you mouse over the box, you should see this yellow box appear that describes privacy. And again, as it says, if you're a show official and are listed on the show details page, your phone number will be listed there. Check this box here if you do not want your phone number to be listed, but only email address. So as it says, this field is only if you are an entry clerk, master clerk, or show manager. So most of you won't select that box, but everyone to have an account must select this box and have read and agreed to the terms and conditions. So I'm going to select that and I will click register. And as it says here, registration is complete. An email will be sent to the email address that I just completed in my registration, and I will have to go to that email to complete the registration. So here I'm going to check my email, wait for an email to come through, and I'll be back with you in just a second once that email has been received. Okay, the email regarding the registration of my new TICA TOES account has been received, and you will see all the information here with the username, the email that I selected, and as it says, to complete the registration, I have to click on the link right here. So I will do that, and now my account is active. I can go log in and enter a show. I'll click on home, and obviously your information will be blank here. I'm going to enter the information that I just wrote down for my new account. And if you would like to be remembered every time you log in, you'd select that button and click log in. Okay, I'm logged in. I've got several options here, but in this tutorial, I just want to show you now how to enter a cat in an upcoming show, or to have a placeholder put in place for you. So now you want to go to the show calendar or My Cats. My Cats would allow you to add cats that you own and are currently showing to TOES for then selection in a show. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to click on My Cats. And since this is a brand new account, just like what you'll see, I have no cats listed under any of these subheadings. So I want to add a new cat that I own. Click the Add button. And now I need to complete this page, starting up here at the top with the registration number. If you don't know it, you can just leave it as pending. Any field with a star is required. So I'm going to go through each one of these. I'm going to select and set up for a household pet. I'm going to click on the calendar and find the kitty's birthday. I'm just making a cat up here. Select the gender. You can add the microchip if you have a microchip. It's not required and not used for show information, however. And then again, any field with a star is required, so I must know the length of hair what category it's in. I'm going to enter a brown classic tabby as my fake household pet. So that cat falls into the traditional category. It's a tabby division. And now by default it knows what color different cats are that are in the traditional category tabby division. And right at the top is my brown classic tabby. Okay, moving on. If the cat has already won some awards, you can select it from here. If it's already titled, you can select from here, but it's not required. And if it's an outstanding dam, obviously that wouldn't apply to household pets, but you could select that. Or if it was a male that you had entered, outstanding sire. Now I want to enter my cat's name, test cat. You're also required to select the competitive region that that cat is scored in. I'm going to select Great Lakes. And by default, since I was adding a cat that I owned and I'm logged into my account, it knows that I am the registered owner, so it filled that field in for me. And for the average user, I would tell you or advise you not to modify anything in this last section down here under People. And click Save. Now, cats that I own, test cat. And it's my household pet. She's a spayed female. You can see her date of birth, things like that. If you make a mistake, not to panic, you can click on the pencil here and edit any of that cat's information. Or let's say you're waiting on a registration number. Once that comes in, log back in here, edit this cat, and you can change pending to the actual number. Okay, I've got my cat now entered and added to TOES. This cat now I can enter in any of the shows listed and using TICA TOES. So I want to go to the show calendar and pick out a show to enter my cat. And since I'm doing this for the Novi, Michigan show, I'm going to click that one. I can review the show details. And in this box right here, I have two options. I can add a new entry in the show, my test cat, or if I'm not sure yet who I want to bring to the show, I can add a placeholder. So I'm going to do both and show you how they both work. First thing, I'm going to add a new entry. The program knows that the only cat I actually have registered in my account right now is my test cat. If there's another cat or two or three that you didn't add to your account but you want to, this is the time to do it. You would select add a new cat. But since I already have test cat all put in the program, I'm going to select test cat and click next. Select which days you'd like to enter the cat in the show and click next. This information here, for most of you, you won't change anything. But if your cat happens to be exhibition only, you would have to select exhibition only. Otherwise, by default, all cats are selected to be participating and competing in all TICA rings that were selected for those days of competition. If your cat was for sale, you'd check that box. And if you were going to have an agent, you would enter the agent's name right here and click next. This is the new summary sheet. So based on how much spacing you need, if you're going to bring your own cage, if you need a grooming space, benching requests, any other notes to the entry clerk, all of this needs to be entered on this page right here. And then at the very bottom, before you click Save, you are required to have read and agree to all the TICA show rules. So my test cat, of course, needs one double cage. I'm going to be bringing my own cage, and yes, I would like a grooming space. You are not required to have a benching request, but if you want to put one in, you put it there. And any notes. Also, these remarks details not required. But that is, I must have accepted all TICA show rules for the entry of my cat. And I click Save. And that's it. Here's the show information again. My entry, I've entered my household pet on Saturday and Sunday. He'll be competing in the long-haired household pet category. If I want to add a placeholder, let's say I'm definitely going to bring a second cat, but I haven't decided who that is yet. I'm going to click Add Placeholder so that the entry clerk knows I'm going to be paying for and responsible for at least 2 entries in the show. Give it a minute to process. Select the days the placeholder will be entered, Saturday and Sunday. Click Save. And that's it. I'm actually entered in the show. An automated email will be sent to the entry clerk, and once your entries and placeholders are processed, you will receive an email back, an automated message with that information and information as to how much you owe, what your fees are, because the dollar amounts are not automatically calculated here in the summary. So again, be patient, and in a day or two, the entry clerk should reply back to you and you get an automated message stating how much you owe. If you have any questions, entry clerk email is always listed below this box, or you can contact show management, and even we've got the show flyer set up. That's it, you guys. I hope this helps. If you've got any questions, contact myself or Erwin, the creator of TOES, or your own entry clerk.